Straight ahead, it's a brighter day on Wall Street as the White House says countries are lining up to talk trade with President Trump. Good morning, everyone, and welcome into Fox 10 Midday. I'm Ashlyn Mitchell. Happy Tuesday to you. It is a picture-perfect day out there. Let's go straight to meteorologist Matt Barentine with your forecast. And Matt, I'm welcoming this weather with open arms after the past couple of days.
Yeah, what gorgeous weather.
To cause issues for those who live and work along Styx River in Baldwin County. All of this as residents there just dealt with flooding over a week ago. Fox 10 News reporter Stephen Moody has more as the cleanup begins. Thank you. Well, we now know what caused a fire to start at Metro Jail early this morning. Officials say the fire was accidental and it started in the laundry room around 6:30. When firefighters arrived on scene, employees had already evacuated and were outside the building. We're told inmates were not in the building at the time of the fire. Several fire engines battled the blaze that could be seen from the roof of the jail, and officials say there were no injuries reported. New this morning, Mobile police say Tremond Sellers is the second suspect in the shooting that sent a 5-year-old to the hospital. The shooting happened back in February at the Oak Ridge Apartments. Police say 5 apartments were struck by gunfire, but only the child was hurt. Thankfully, the child that was hit was released from the hospital the very same night. MPD has now arrested Sellers along with 18-year-old Zion Sashington, the other man on your screen. Sashington was taken into custody the night of the shooting, and Sellers is facing 3 charges, including first-degree assault. Now listen to this. Sellers was already in jail on a probation revocation. Sashington has since bonded out. In international headlines, we're following breaking news out of the Dominican Republic. Authorities say at least 27 people are dead after a roof fell while a popular singer was mid-performance at Jet Set in Santo Domingo. Approximately 160 were injured, including the singer. Crews right now are busy searching for potential survivors in the rubble. The director of emergency operations says officials have reason to believe many are still alive under that debris. One survivor said it all happened so quickly and thought it was an earthquake. It wasn't immediately clear, though, what caused the roof to collapse. And the stock market seems to be bouncing back after a 3-day spiral following President Trump's tariff rollout. The change from red to green could be the result of countries coming to the table, but China is keeping the pressure on. Fox's Rebecca Castor has the very latest from Washington. Meanwhile, President Trump and Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu met in the Oval Office on Monday. Trade policy and the war on Gaza were high on the agenda. But the president also announced the U.S. will be holding direct talks with Iran over its nuclear program, a big diplomatic game changer that also came with a new warning.
Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon. And if the talks are successful, I actually think it'll be a very bad day for Iran if that's the case.
And the talks come as Iran continues advancing its nuclear program, which in fact is now capable of enriching uranium up to 60%, just one step away from weapons grade. The Pentagon is now ramping up its presence in the Middle East, hoping to push Iran to the bargaining table with a display of military force. And King Charles III and Queen Camilla laying a wreath at the tomb of the unknown soldier in Rome. The royal couple is in Italy for a 3-day state visit. They honored the tomb this morning after meeting with the Italian President Sergio Mattarella. Charles is set to meet with the Italian premier and address a joint session of the Italian Parliament tomorrow. Mattarella will host a state banquet for the British monarch this evening, also marking the couple's 20th wedding anniversary. This is Charles and Camilla's first overseas trip since King Charles' brief hospital stay that happened back in March. He was hospitalized due to, quote, temporary side effects from treatment for an undisclosed form of cancer. And Prince Harry arriving to court this morning to try to get his British security detail back. A two-day hearing is underway at the Court of Appeal in London. Prince Harry's lawyers are challenging the UK government's decision to pull his publicly funded police protection, which protected him and his family when they visited the country. The Duke of Sussex lost his security team back in 2020 after moving to the U.S. and taking a step back from his role as a working royal family member. Prince Harry, though, claims he and his wife Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, are endangered and face hostility in the UK. New on Fox 10 midday this morning, a California woman who had been reported missing was found inside a manhole. Detectives with San Diego Police Department's Missing Persons Unit had been searching for the 59-year-old who had been reported missing since last Thursday. On Monday, detectives in Poway heard a woman's cries for help coming from the area of that manhole, as you can see on your screen. A rescue crew arrived and pulled the woman out. She was taken to a hospital in very serious condition. Police believe she was in the hole about 10 feet below the ground for several days. And coming up on Fox 10 midday, a small plane crash that injured 5 passengers is all caught on camera. Plus, as the cleanup continues in the Midwest and South from flooding, Mother Nature is set to make it even more difficult. Those details in just a few minutes. Matt. At the wharf in Orange Beach, featuring lots of escape room adventures. And that's where we find Vanessa Pacheco in today's Very Vanessa. All right, Vanessa, good luck in there. I haven't seen her at the station yet today, so we'll keep you guys updated on how she does today. Well, straight ahead on Fox 10 midday, there seems to be a compromise for recreational activities at Big Creek Lake. Plus, small business confidence slips that story and more in your business headlines. For those planning flights soon, you might want to check your driver's license to see if you have the right ID. The deadline to have a real ID is just 1 month away. Starting May 7th, you'll need a real ID to fly domestically. And if you don't have one, you could be delayed at airport security, which is no fun, or even turned away. The first way to check if you need to upgrade is to see if your driver's license has a star. Many states, including Alabama, Florida, and Mississippi, use the star symbol to indicate you have a real ID. And if you don't have a real ID by May 7th, you can use your passport to fly instead.
We haven't done the real ID because we have passports and we just carry our passport.
I didn't realize I only had a month left, so yeah, I feel rushed now. I'm not prepared. All I know is I got to go to my local DMV.
It's a good reminder, documents required to get a real ID do vary by state. However, all states require some proof of identity and proof of residency like leases or utility bills. Mobile County License Commissioner Nick Matrenga says the Aaliyah office on Demetropolis Boulevard is where you can get them here in Mobile. And now to a story we've been following for a while. The Mobile Area Water and Sewer Board approving a resolution to reopen Big Creek Lake, but only in a limited capacity. Back in February, Moz announced they'd be closing the lake permanently to all recreational boating and fishing. Moz officials say the decision was made in an attempt to protect the community's drinking water and deter invasive species. It is a decision, though, that's been met with a lot of pushback from the community. The new resolution approved by the board will include a new recreational facility for boat rentals and an additional 1,100 acres for fishing and increase lake access from 3 days to 5. But some feel this still isn't the right compromise.
If that's the best that they can come up with, like I said, we tried to work with them, and I'm extending the most help I can on our lake. It's a public lake.
So, just always keep in mind, our number one priority is to protect our water source and keep our rates affordable for our revenue and ratepayers.
Both Mobile Mayor Sandy Stimpson and the Mobile Chamber Board of Directors provided a statement in support of the new resolution. You can read those full statements on our website. That's fox10tv.com. And attention all cruisers, Carnival Cruise Line is returning to year-round sailings from Mobile in 2027. For now, Carnival is in Mobile for just half the year. Currently, the Spirit services Mobile 6 months out of the year. It's not clear yet, though, which ships could be in Mobile or their new destinations. The new contract starting in 2027 with Carnival would last for 5 years. And according to city officials, the newly completed $5 million gangway was part of the plan to attract Carnival to stay longer. Beyond Carnival, city leaders say they're hopeful this new contract will show other cruise lines that Mobile is a great port of call. As for this year and next year, Carnival will still return for sailings in October and complete its 6-month stay in Mobile. And happening today, the city of Pensacola is celebrating Arbor Day early with a ceremony and plant giveaway. The event takes place today from 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. at Cordova Square Park. That's located at 1101 North 12th Avenue. A proclamation recognizing Arbor Day will be presented there, and there will be a giveaway of 250 seedlings, including American hollies, blueberries, figs, red native mulberries, and much more. Well, today you could score some free ice cream. Well, actually, we're now going to toss things over to meteorologist Matt Barentine for another look at our forecast. We'll maybe talk about the ice cream in just a second. Matt, is today a good time to get ice cream, though?
Sure, it's certainly.
Though.
Yeah, I'll have to wait probably.
Well, that's not the only good news in the dessert world. Ice cream lovers, listen up.
It's free cone day at Ben & Jerry's.
Yeah, that's right. You can head over to any Ben & Jerry's scoop shop for a free ice cream cone, no strings attached.
You ever been to the one up in Vermont, the main one?
I have not. Have you?
Yeah, I've been there.
I bet it's an experience.
Yeah, it is an experience. I have like a whole graveyard where the old ones go.
Wow.
They don't do the flavors anymore, and you get to go like through the whole thing and get some ice cream.
That's incredible.
It's cool. The Vermont-based company has been holding the annual giveaway since 1979.
Yeah, and Ben & Jerry's says it's a way to say thank you to fans. The only location, sadly though, in our area is at the Hard Rock Casino in Biloxi. That's not too far.
Hey,
take a trip.
Yeah, or just go to Vermont.
I love that. Well, in the meantime, 2 popular series, one big screen, one streaming, are wrapping up with a bang. David Daniel looks at both in today's Hollywood Minute. May 13th. I think I'll stick with my fake Amazon diamonds for now.
Yeah, they're all just rocks.
That's true.
They're all
look
just
similar.
rocks. Yeah, let's go ahead and check out your forecast for today. What we're looking at is temperatures in the 70s, so it's nice and mild. It's going to be a beautiful day. Lots of sunshine, absolutely gorgeous out there, and it stays that way through the next several days. We just have a beautiful run of weather here through the end of the week and right on into the weekend as well. So if you haven't made plans for your weekend, it's going to be awesome and awesomer on both Saturday and Sunday. Just make your plans, get that going now.
Well, that's a lot of back-to-back days of pickleball for me, so I'm happy.
There you go. All right.
Thank you guys for watching Fox 10 Midday. We'll see you at 3 p.m.